What's up, YouTube? Shawn DaGamer here, and today I wanted to take a video to just talk about the Raw matches on the Wrestlemania card, and then I'm going to do a video talk about the SmackDown matches, just to see if we look at these things separately and not as a whole, and what they could possibly do individually, and then I'll do like the whole prediction video later. So let's see if we count. I'm on the WrestleMania wiki page. So we have Goldberg versus Lesnar, Reigns versus Taker, the Fatal 4-Way for the women's title, Jericho versus Owens, and the triple threat for the tag team titles. So let's talk about those 5 matches. Let's start from the bottom to the top. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson are the current tag team champions. They won them a couple of weeks ago from, who did they beat? Cesaro and Sheamus? Yeah, they beat Cesaro and Sheamus because Cesaro and Sheamus beat the New Day. So ever since they had the belts, they haven't really been doing much. Like, the tag team division on both shows haven't been showcased properly. Both shows very lackluster, but especially on Raw. The 3 teams they're going with now that the New Day is the actual host of WrestleMania are, you have Gallows, Anderson, Enzo and Cass, which people are like iffy on right now. Right now they can really go either way. People can still hate them. People can still love them. The Enzo Amore character has been polarizing, to say the least, just because everything that he's done has been kind of dickish over the past few months, from the stuff with Lana, just being an asshole towards Cesaro. I'm your kryptonite, Superman. I got your kryptonite, Superman. And then you got Bro Kick, that was still amazing. And then you have Cesaro and Sheamus, who could definitely be used in the mid card for the United States title picture. But they are together, the team, and they work really well as a team. I do enjoy them both together, but I enjoy them more separately. That's including Sheamus. I am a fan of Sheamus. I've always been a fan of Sheamus. I feel like he was overextended. Like, he was Roman Reigns before Roman Reigns. Like, Sheamus was the guy that they wanted to fall back on a lot of things. So ever since then, he's seen his role diminish a little bit, but he's still a very good talent to have on hand. Same with Cesaro. The club, we all know what their history is. New Japan. I believe Carl Anderson is like a 2-time or 3-time IWGP champion, where Luke Gallows is a 2-time IWGP tag champion. Enzo and Cass, they have, I feel like they were called up a little bit too early from NXT, just because of the gap that they needed to fill. And like I said, lately they've just been on the bubble of fan reaction. So if I had to book this match, I would probably, if Enzo and Cass were on a better path, I was saying for a long time, put the belts on them. And I still think that'll happen, so I'm going to say you put the belts on them, but I just don't want to see it at this point. I was invested in them getting the belts a while ago, when they first got called up, and even before then, when they were still in NXT. Like, oh, they need to win the belts. They'd be decent to have as tag champs for a little while, for a couple of months, but not too long. But now, what do you do? Do you put the belts on Enzo and Sheamus, or do you give Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows that big win? So, I do also want to say, after talking about that a lot of these things and match finishes and things happening can change by the second in WWE. So, depending on the match placement of where this falls on the card, and all those things can change the outcome of these matches. But if I had to say, we are going to see new champions in the new, how about new champions in the New Day? New champions in Enzo and Cass. And then we can go on to the Chris Jericho Kevin Owens match. This whole situation, along with the Universal title situation, is just so sticky and controversial right now, because a lot of people felt like a few weeks ago, right before his match with Goldberg, we were finally getting the Kevin Owens that we all wanted, the Kevin Steen that we all wanted. I got my headphones on. So we were finally getting that, and then they just took it away from him to put it on Goldberg, this 50-year-old main attraction. you bring in just to get a ratings pop. But the fans are, over the past couple of weeks have been 50-50 on Goldberg too. Like, a lot of people, are starting to get tired of it, or they're starting to go to these smart cities that people are starting to boo, and the boos are getting louder. People are complaining about the only 2 moves. So are we going to see a full match between him and Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania? Did that match really need the Universal title, or was that just something extra for that match, and they just, in a sense, I don't want to say killed Kevin Owens, but that title reign he had could have been going very, very well, even if he didn't just cleanly beat Goldberg, but if he kept that belt through WrestleMania, at least for another month or 2 after WrestleMania. But now he's going after the Universal title. Chris Jericho has. We saw the whole festival of friendship thing a few weeks ago on Raw. It was pretty interesting, pretty fun. Then we had the highlight reel when they posted to show the real Kevin Owens, and I was just like, ooh, Kevin Steen. So no, that didn't happen. But this match is for the United States title, and I do think no matter what, Kevin Owens will walk out United States champion, unless something else happens. I do have like an alternate thing that I have going on with this. So if Chris Jericho does want to stay a little bit longer, keep the championship a little bit longer, and then maybe drop it to somebody else like Sami Zayn or even Kevin Owens on a later date, I can understand that. But Kevin Owens needs a win at WrestleMania, and he probably does need, I don't think he needs the belt, but he just needs a big win to help re-solidify himself. But I can also see something else happening later on in this card, because there are a lot of people missing from this card on the Raw side of things, like Sami Zayn, Samoa Joe. Is this going to be like the battle? Are they all battle royal fodder? So let's move on to let's move on to the Fatal 4-Way women's match. And the women on this show, Monday Night Raw, have suffered through so much. I feel sorry for them. Just because they're all very talented, but the way they're being booked is not very strong. It's like you have Sasha and Charlotte swapping the belt back and forth, and we can all go over that debate. Like, did it diminish the belt, or did it help the belt? Because you had two strong women fighting over it, trading it back and forth. And I say it did both. It showed that they're both strong competitors at the same time. It showed that neither one of them can keep the belt for that long. It showed that the incompetence of the Raw writing staff, I want to say, to not be able to have the confidence to have Charlotte continuously win and not lose the belt on Raw to Sasha Banks. They couldn't find a more competent way to, even if you did want to have some type of Sasha Banks gets her moment and wins the title moment, you didn't have to have it in both of them being multiple time women's champion. It could have just been one reign for Sasha and Charlotte got it back and yada yada yada. And we don't have to deal with what we're dealing with now with this cluster mess of a Fatal 4-Way match. Nia Jax should have been in it from the start. They shouldn't have did what they did with Bayley. Bayley is the champion and she's losing every week. Sasha Banks needs to turn heel quickly, and I think that'll happen at it's probably going to happen at WrestleMania. Whether she loses or she wins and turns heel, she will be turning heel pretty soon. There's just more character in the heel Sasha Banks than there is a face Sasha Banks. So, who walks out of WrestleMania champion? It really depends. It really depends on, like I said, match placement and whatever else they want to do on this card. But if I had to pick one right now, I would want to see Bayley retain just so we can have a credible champion for a little while. And then you can bring up Asuka or whatever you need to do. But Asuka's being tested for SmackDown. But you never know. That could be like a swerve just to see if she's ready to be on the main roster and put her on Raw. So, Bayley, or I want Nia to get it, but it's not her time. Charlotte, she needs a little bit more time away from the belt unless they're going to give it back to her and she just runs through the rest of the competition until they finally debut Emma, or something has to happen with Sasha and Charlotte for me to want them to have the belt. Like, I don't know what has to happen with Charlotte right now. If she wins it again, she'll be a 5-time champion, and if she does, she needs to hold it for a long time, or Sasha needs to take it and turn heel. or you just keep it on Bayley and let her be a strong, credible champion. But I am going with Bayley. Either Bayley winning and retaining, or Sasha turning heel and winning the belt at WrestleMania. So then we go on to Undertaker versus Roman Reigns, the match that nobody wanted. But they keep trying to make us think that we did. Undertaker versus Roman Reigns. The build for this started at the Royal Rumble, where Roman Reigns eliminated the Undertaker, and it's just been back and forth, little petty stuff. Undertaker popping up and all that stuff. So, can this match be good? It depends on Undertaker's body. A lot of people want to down Roman Reigns for his wrestling abilities and things like that. I don't think Roman Reigns is a bad wrestler. Is he one of the best in the world? No, but he can hold his own in the ring. Undertaker's a veteran. He'll know how to work the match, but it's only if his body can hold up. So, a lot of people want Roman Reigns to turn heel. They want to turn heel during the match or before the match, but if he's going to beat The Undertaker, Roman Reigns needs to turn heel. Just to... Roman Reigns, as the face of your company, like y'all want him to be, is not working right now. Please turn him heel. Whether he's a smug, just something. Do something dastardly with Roman Reigns. He can't beat Undertaker clean as a face. Something has to happen for Roman Reigns to win, and it could be interference by Braun Strowman. It could be a huge number of things. But I feel like if Undertaker loses to Roman Reigns needs to go heel to save everything. To save this show, to save the card, to save his career. He needs a dramatic change in his personality and persona. And the main event of the Raw half of WrestleMania will be Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal title. You already know my feelings on Goldberg. Brock Lesnar I can deal with. Brock Lesnar is going to win this match. There are reports out there that say Goldberg might stay a little bit longer, do a few more dates, maybe like 1 or 2 more pay-per-views, so he might keep it, but this match has to go longer than 5 minutes. I don't care. It just has to go longer than 5 minutes. It go 5:01. Hell, it can go 4:59, but it cannot be shorter than 4 minutes, and it needs to at least be 5. I want Brock Lesnar to just own Goldberg the way he owned Randy Orton at SummerSlam or Survivor Series, whichever one it was. That's what I want to see. But is this the match where I thought some shenanigans gonna happen? Oh yes. So this is what's gonna happen. This is why I said Kevin Owens doesn't necessarily need to win the Universal title if they want to do something crazy. Kevin Owens is still owed his Universal Championship rematch. We've seen people lose the title or lose a championship match early in the night and do something to get back in the title picture and do something like Money in the Bank, yada yada yada, whatever. So I want to see Kevin Owens use his stroke with Triple H, whether the match is about to end, like when Goldberg hits an F5 on Goldberg, and then you hear Kevin Owens music hit, and then he walks out with the mic like, yeah, I'm inserting my championship rematch right now. Triple H already approved it, makes it a triple threat, goes in, pop-up power bombs Goldberg, or you can even have a running interference like Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe. They just come in, beat down Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. Triple H can help if he wants to, or he can just be like at ringside or something, beat him down. Kevin Owens invokes his rematch, makes it a triple threat or something like that. They restart the match. Kevin Owens pop-up powerbomb on Goldberg. 1, 2, 3. Just eliminate Brock Lesnar, get his revenge on Goldberg. That way Lesnar's mad. It just sets up a lot more. I would love to see something like that. Will it happen? Probably not. But some type of Kevin Owens getting involved to get his championship rematch, and then he wins the Universal title back at WrestleMania, making him a 2-time Universal Champion. First ever 2-time Universal Champion. So we can go on bragging about that. Not only was I the longest reigning Universal Champion, I am the first 2-time Universal Champion. Just give him a little bit more things he can gloat about and things like that. And that's going to pretty much wrap it up for this one, if this was like Raw presents Bad Blood, like they're bringing back or something like that, this will be an interesting card. It'll be very polarizing. But for WrestleMania, for their half, they just need to bring it. They have a lot of multi-people matches. Well, they have like the two multi-people matches. I'm just looking at the card itself. There's a lot of multi-people matches on here. From the Royal Rumble to the Triple Threat Tag Team to the Any Woman Available on SmackDown match to the Mixed Tag match to the Fatal 4-Way. The Battle Royal. And who else knows what they're going to put on the pre-show and things like that. Because this is like the main card. What do you put on the pre-show? The Battle Royal and the Cruiserweight match? That's disrespectful. That's really disrespectful. And they're still talking about adding 2 more matches. I can't remember what those matches were. But be on the lookout for the SmackDown half of things. And then we'll break down NXT TakeOver Orlando. And then we'll have the big finale prediction video for the full WrestleMania card. Probably a few days. It'll all be out this week. WrestleMania weekend starts Friday with the Hall of Fame and all that good stuff. So WrestleCon, if you're down there, just a whole bunch of festivities going on, starting probably even Thursday online. So be on the lookout for all that stuff. I'll bring you as much coverage as I can. If there's any breaking big news from the time you see the video all the way up until WrestleMania, I will try to cover it. Even if I'm like a little bit late, content will be out leading into WrestleMania weekend. So if you want to stay up to date with all those updates, follow me. Everything linked down below. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. I don't know. I'm stumbling over my words. All that link down below. Once again, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. You can subscribe if you're new. Hit the little red button down there. And there's going to be a little bell that pops up. Hit that as well so you can always be notified when a new video goes live on the channel. Share that with your friends so they can get in on the discussion as well. Comment down below. What do you think about the Raw half of the WrestleMania card? What do you want to see from these matches, and which match are you looking forward to the most out of all of these? To be honest, I just want to see the reaction to the Undertaker Roman Reigns match. I know the Kevin Owens Chris Jericho match is going to be good. The Fatal 4-Way match with the women, as long as they don't try to do too much, it can deliver. Same thing. As long as we get some decent wrestling out of the Triple Threat match, will be good. And I feel like I'm missing a match. And Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. We're all just want to see how that's going to end. It's like the thing about this show, they call it the ultimate thrill ride, but we all just want to see that ultimate ending. You know what I'm saying? How is it going to end? Where are we going to be left standing after WrestleMania? But with all that being said, I am Shawn DaGamer, and I am